Hello and welcome to class. My name is Cindy Shelton. I'll be your instructor. I'm going to show you how to navigate the course from the beginning. One way is to go to your home campus webpage and go to MyPath. And that might be in Ashland, it might be other campuses, but you should have a MyPath. And then click on Blackboard Learn, and that launches into your courses on Blackboard. The other way, you can go directly elearning.kctcs.edu, and that will also take you into Blackboard. Once there, you can click on your courses. You should see all the courses in which you're enrolled for any particular semester. I'm going to be looking at your summer 2023 courses. We're going to look at your college algebra class. All right, so you click on that, and there you are. Now you're inside of Blackboard, and you should see all of your needed course material should be housed here. We mainly will be using this content area. You can see across the top, there's various horizontal links. Stay in content for most of what we do here. I do not even use the gradebook in Blackboard. I use the MyLab gradebook. All of your work will be done within MyLab. You paid a little extra money when you signed up for this course, for this MyLab access to your textbook and access to the MyLab program. So if you want a hard copy of the book, you can look at the, I'll show you that in the syllabus in a little bit for information on that, and you can get a hard copy, but it's not necessary as you have access to the book online. All right, so again, your grades are determined here in the MyLab gradebook, not in your Blackboard gradebook, as probably most of your other classes are. So if you'll just kind of overlook that, excuse me if that kind of confuses you. Don't go to that gradebook. It's always in the MyLab gradebook. Also, I don't like to use this messages. If you do, it's fine, and I will find that, but I just don't respond as quickly because it's I have to log into Blackboard and get to that. It's a little more of a process, whereas if you send me a direct email to cindy.shelton@kctcs.edu, I get that automatically on my cell phone, and pretty much always have that and can respond to you much quicker. So I prefer direct email or a phone call, but if you need to use messages, if that's handy for you, I will find it, but just maybe not as quick is what I want you to know. Okay, and then down the left-hand side of the screen, the two main things to know here is Class Collaborate. That's like our own private course room for online. It connects anyone enrolled in this course can just click there and meet. You could meet other students there. You could meet me there if there's questions. We can meet as a whole class. I don't require you to, though. This is an asynchronous class, so there's no required meeting times, but I am available to meet you, and I like to meet up with my students. That is not a problem for me, and it's something I encourage you to do if you have questions. So if needed, this is a good place for us to meet. You can share your video so I can see your face. I'll share the video to show like homework problems I might be working out on my desk, and that's a way I can do that. And then of course the audio if we're going to hear each other. So you need access to those two things if you are going to share your video. But otherwise, I can do that from my screen as well. All right, and then you can simply come and go out of that classroom as desired. Again, it's super easy, just a click right there and you're in the course room. I just need to know when to meet you there. We need to arrange a time. I'm just not there all the time, but I can be there anytime we arrange. The other thing I use on the left-hand side here is this announcement tab. This is a place you can see all of the announcements I make. You should expect to hear from me, kind of just general things about the class, at least weekly. I try to make a habit of sending you out kind of an overview of the week on Wednesdays. So Wednesday's my typical, you should expect to hear from me. You may hear from me other times as well, but at least once a week, kind of let you know I'm here and here's what I think you should be doing that week, and just kind of notes about that module. All right, and they're sent as emails as well, but then they're housed as announcements there in a handy place. They're all together. Okay, then down the main content page, you'll see modules. They're lined up in module view. The first one is all the course information. You can find out a little more about me, and then I would like to hear a little bit about you. And then navigating the course, this video will be housed in that link, so you can review that as needed. I'll also send it in an email. And then let's look at your syllabus and course calendar. So this class schedule, it's tough. I'll tell you, this summer schedule, it's a tough one, but I think it's a good idea, and for some students, it's just magical. The course is condensed down to 4.5 weeks. I suggest you're not signed up for other courses during this time. Of course, do whatever you need to do, but it is very time consuming. So the magic happens if I have students who sign up for this one course and then they're just totally immersed into it and focus on that one thing. It can just make you highly successful in that, and be kind of the magic of it is it is condensed and you are just super focused on the one course, maybe working on it every single day a little bit, so you're retaining it and just keeping it in the front of your mind all the time. So that can be the good thing, but it is 4.5 weeks, as you see, so it does go by quickly. A regular semester is 16 weeks, so we're doing the equivalent of 4 weeks of a normal semester in 1 week. So that's the condensed factor to be aware of. You can do it, you just have to carve out time and know that it's going to require this time so that you don't get behind and then it's, you know, a monster to catch up. So so that's my kind of blurb on that. So here are the 4.5 weeks schedule. The first week you're going to do two chapters, well, really just one that's required. Chapter R is the review chapter. It's very helpful. A lot of students find that that gets them off to a good start. I want to send this video out a little early, so if you do want to get started early and do the review chapter before chapter 1, it'll buy you a little extra time to do so. If it's been a while since you had algebra, I do suggest that you at least look through some of the chapter R videos to refresh your mind on how to factor and the exponent rules and some little things you'll need foundational to do the algebra that we do. So chapter R is optional, and so it's not included in the grading. So the only required material is chapter 1 that's required week 1. So you'll do chapter 1, and it is 7 or 8. I'm thinking it's 8 sections. So it's a lot of material just in chapter 1. These chapters are kind of long chapters. I apologize. But there are 8 sections in that. And mainly solving equations, the basis of how to solve various types of equations and inequalities. So you'll have all those sections of homework due and always a quiz due, quizzes due as well. My assignments are usually due on Mondays. The syllabus quiz, though, is the exception to that. We will need to take your syllabus quiz that first week to just verify that you have enacted with the course and verify attendance. They ask us to report anyone who is a no-show to try to help them get off the roster if they did not intend to take the class. Then week 2, week 3, so on. You do take a midterm and a final exam. The calendar, then your syllabus tells the grading rules, how your grade is determined, and all kinds of stuff there, so be sure to look through that. The book edition that we're using, various things. The weighting that I will use on that MyLabs program, and it's aligned with this, is your homework is worth 20% of your grade, quizzes are worth 40%, midterm exam for 20%, and final exam for 20%. Okay, so one detail I'd like to mention while we're in the syllabus, you'll notice here that I give the midterm and the final. They count as this departmental minimal competency final exam. So we give it in halves, half of it at midterm and then the other half for the final. The midterm exam will be proctored. The final exam will not be proctored. So you need to be aware of that, and I'll talk more about this proctoring information in just a minute, but that's where that is stated. The last day to withdraw, June 19th, if you want to take a W. And I'm pretty open to that. If you see you need to get out of the class with a W, if it's not going well for whatever reason, I do grant W's. You have to submit a request for that, but I'm open to that. But that's not happening, but I just wanted to let you know that is my policy. Place to give your introductions. Let's see, syllabus quiz. So when you take the syllabus quiz, that is due by, oh, sorry, I need to finish working on that, but the syllabus quiz will be open for you, and it is due by the Friday of the first week of classes. And then be sure to look. Here's the proctoring information. I did say I wanted to come back to that. This tells you a little bit more about the proctoring program that I use. It's called Respondus, and it's pretty just intuitive. You click on the test and it says we're going to use Respondus, which means that it's going to observe your testing from home. You don't have to come to campus to do this, and I do have an optional practice exam using that if you want to practice that first. But what it does is it takes over your camera, and it also locks your screen so you can't be on other websites and stuff. So it observes via a webcam. It will be running in the background, and that only happens once you click on this test. Maybe I'll show you a little bit. Here's your practice test for that. Let's get to a test. Here's your math student links. All your assignments are, evidently I need to finish doing something there to get that open, but I will do that in just a little bit. But all your assignments are listed there, also your textbook. And here's where your grading is, and then the review material. So this is the review material that is optional, and how I have that is, for example, this is me. That's not me, but this is me. And then I have some YouTube videos that I've found that are much better than my videos at kind of slicker and showing some neat, cool applications. So you'll see some of those in the sections as you go. This is me, though, and these are my YouTube videos where you can watch the lecture just as if you were in person. And then there's notes that go along. You use these 3 dots. You can download the file and see like the main points out of each section. And then there's optional practice. I don't think these are opening yet. I need to click a button evidently. I'll get back to that. But normally that opens in a new window, and then you see the assignments there. Here is week 1. Here's the official what's due and when, all of that. This is your first week. It's a lot, and I do just apologize. But that's your first module, your first week. In the module wrap-up, I always have a bookend to tell you what's due by when. Homework 1.1 through 1.8, and then there's 4 related quizzes due by that Monday, May 22nd, midnight. All these are Eastern Standard Time. Then week 2, your midterm is due by June 1st. That's the one that will be observed. This exam is observed using Respondus monitoring, has the due date, and so on and so forth. And then we have a final exam. You don't have to use Respondus for that one, but the midterm is based on solving equations and some basic graphing. And once you get past that, and I've observed that, then it opens up to be more liberal with my observing you to do the others. They're more application based than the first half. So that's kind of my thinking on that. But if you have any questions on any of that, I'll be here. Just check in with me throughout the summer, throughout our semester, and I'll look forward to meeting everyone. And I wish everyone the best of success this semester.